Hello, everybody, and welcome to Riftbound Ramblings. I'm your host, Barrett, and happy Wednesday, everybody, June 25th, for more Riftbound League of Legends trading card game, Set 1 Origins. And man, I hope everybody tuning in is a big fan of Teemo, because there's gonna be a lot of Teemo support today. So without further ado, let's dive in. Kicking things off is Consult the Past. This was given to us by Bleeding Cool. And this is a 4 energy spell for the Mind Domain that is hiddenable. You can hide it. And then it played a reaction timing, so you can also play it from your hand. And it's just a straight draw 2. So 4 mana draw 2, sorry, 4 energy draw 2 is honestly pretty good. No power cost associated, but you can actually pay the power cost and you can hide it as long as you have a battlefield taken control of. And even if you end up losing the battlefield, the fact that you can then trigger this before you lose it is pretty good for only 1 power, especially if you already have like your seals out. But of course, this is mainly Teemo support because Teemo gets to actually hide this for 1 energy instead of paying for the power cost, which means as long as you can get control of a battlefield, you have this. And then, the further the game goes, the signature spell for Teemo with Guerrilla Warfare says you can pick up 2 of these from your discard pile, and then play them at a battle or play them at 1 battlefield, I should say, ignoring that energy cost. But typically, you can only have 1 hidden card at each battlefield, so that makes sense, right? Except we've already been shown cards in the past that say, specifically the battlefield that we saw, that can hold 2 hidden cards at once. And of course, you're going to be wanting to play with that. So I think this card is not only good early, it's also good late, and you can recycle them. So Teemo's not going to have any problems having cards in their hand. And so I think because of that, even for this one deck archetype, it's a challenger level card. And I think even for other decks, like as long as you find consistent ways of paying for your power costs, 1 power, hide this, draw 2 at some point is pretty good, no matter what. Moving on, we've got the Mind Domain Victor Champion unit, also given to us by Bleeding Cool. For 4 energy and 1 power, you get a 3 might Victor Zon Champion unit for the Mind Domain that says when you play a card on an opponent's turn, play a 1 might recruit unit token in your base. I really like this one. I'll be honest, I think I like this one way more than the other champion unit that we have for Order for Victor. Oh, and we have a really cool alt art. Yeah, we got a cool little alt art. This one, the alt art, by the way, was given to us by IGN's reveal, so that was kind of weird that we had a little mismatch on who was giving us different artworks. But the trick is going to be playing cards on your opponent's turn. And I think I put Stupefy here, not because I think Stupefy is going to be the reason why this is good, but the amount of powerless costing cards for low energy at reaction speed is going to be the reason why this card is good. And if anyone is going to get them, it is going to be the Mind Domain, as we already see here with Stupefy. Because it not just turns in all of those cards into turning into an extra body on the board, it also just says like any of your removal spells that you play also turn into extra bodies on the board. I really like this one. I gave it Challenger. There's a billion cards I could talk about, honestly, on why I think this card is going to be good, but I think this one is a lot better than the other champion unit that you can play for Victor, and it's just going to feel a lot better just on maintaining units on the board. Moving on, we've got the Chaos Domain Nocturne Champion unit. This was given to us by Games Radar Plus. It is a 4 energy, 1 power, 4 might Nocturne Champion unit for the Chaos Domain. It has ganking, and it says when you look at cards from the top of your deck and don't draw them, and you see this guy, you can play him for a power. I think that's pretty good. The problem is the condition. When you look at cards from the top of your deck and don't draw them. And so obviously this is meant to synergize with the vision mechanic. Allows you to look at the top card of your deck and you may recycle it. So if you don't recycle it, obviously, you get to look. If Nocturne is there, you can play him for the 1 power. And then because of Gemcraft Seer specifically, when you play the Nocturne, you get to look at the top card again of your deck because of vision. Here's my problem. One, a lot of power costs. We know the Gemcraft Seer is going to be good, but it costs a power, obviously. That's for like the Victor decks. But as you can see, based off of this combination here, we have to have Chaos and Mind Domain. So, oh, look at that. It's more Teemo support. Because this is currently the only legend that we have that has these two combinations. Now, granted, there could be a legend that has this specific combination in the Proving Grounds product. But until that happens, it's mainly just Teemo, and I think as we get further into this video, there's going to be other reasons why you don't get to put this kind of combo in your Teemo deck. So for that, right now, Nocturne's going to get a gold rating. I think it has potential to be really good in the future. The more vision mechanics, and obviously even within Chaos itself, that we might even get revealed still in the set. But as of right now, Nocturne is cool and fun, but not really easy to use. Speaking of good, though, we have the Mind Malzahar champion unit, also given to us by Games Radar Plus, for 4 energy, no power cost. Wow, that's really good. For 3 might, you get a Malzahar Void champion unit for the Mind Domain, of course. And he says, kill a friendly unit or gear, tap him or exhaust him, as an action timing, and you get to add 2 power. That's pretty good. That's a lot of resources at the, but wait, you have to sacrifice a unit or a gear to get it. Also, you have to exhaust them. But the fact that this potential power ramping card doesn't cost you a power to put on the board and still functions as a 3-might body, this guy basically becomes a must remove card for anybody that plays this, because I think being able to accelerate that much power is going to be very, very strong. And I could honestly, again, talk about why this card is going to be very good in the practicality of the game, but I did put a couple of synergies. So, obviously, this is very good in Victor decks, because Victor is going to be able to generate you recruits. And now it says, for that 1 energy you paid and you tapped your legend sideways to make that recruit token, Malzahar turns that recruit token into 2 power for you to use more valuable things, such as playing eventually the Order Domain Victor champion unit. And he says when another non-recruit unit you control dies, you get to play a recruit token into your base. So obviously when you kill off the recruit that you made with Victor the Legend with Malzahar, you're not going to trigger this Victor effect. But I want to keep this in mind because I think for the kind of deck that Victor wants to be playing a little bit longer and very high power costs, not just in the Mind Domain, but also in Order, there are plenty of units that you can sack off that, one, don't cost any power to play, and give you benefits when they die. Watchful Sentry is obviously the easy one here, and you get to put this with any Malzahar deck. It says sack this off and you get to draw the card, replacing itself and then giving yourself the 2 power for you to use. And then in the Order Domain, I went ahead and just put the Soaring Scout. So as long as either of these are the cards that you're killing off for Malzahar, and this Victor champion unit is on the board, you get to then make another recruit to pay for a different Malzahar use. If Malzahar doesn't get removed, he's going to give you such an immense amount of power to be spending on cards. So Malzahar easily gets a challenger rating from me. Malzahar is going to be very good. I think he's going to be very good even going forward, the more and more units we can get on the board. And last but not least today, we were given, again, more Teemo support in the Mind Domain Teemo champion unit. This was given to us by Riftbound Official, of course. For 2 energy and 1 power, you get a 2-might Teemo Bandle City Yordle champion unit for the Mind Domain. It has hidden, of course, So it's another hidden card that we have for the Teemo count. And it says, when I defend or I'm played from hidden, reveal the top 5 cards of your main deck. You get to deal 1 damage to an enemy unit here for each card with hidden and then recycle them. So you put them on the bottom of your deck. We were also given the alt art for it, which we get the Omega Squad Teemo skin for the alt, which I think looks so good. Looks great. And this card is better than the other champion unit that I think we have for Teemo. I think this one is easily better. The question now becomes how many hidden cards can we actually shove into a Teemo deck? And so I made the list for you. So Teemo on the left obviously says all of your hidden cards only cost 1 energy to play. You don't have to do the power costs. But including the new ones that we got today, which is Consult the Past and the Teemo Strategist, we have 5 cards with hidden on them across both of his domains. If you put max quantities into your deck, that's only like a couple of hits for your deck for Teemo Strategist to nail. That I think, without doing the math and bringing out a calculator, I think on average you're going to hit probably about 3 to 4 damage, plus all the other stuff you have to put into the deck. And how many turns have we gone into the game? So 2 to 4 is about the average I think you can expect for the damage for this to deal, which I think is going to synergize with the problem that I see that the Teemo deck is going to have, which is it wants to play all these low might units. The Blast Cone Fae, which does give minus might. You have the other Teemo, the Teemo Scout Champion unit, that does buff himself, and it goes to 4 might. But it's like, you have to gain control of these battlefields to start putting all these hidden cards down. Including the Strategist, including the Consult the Past, including the Blast Cone, yada yada yada, right? And Sprite Call is on this list, and I don't like Sprite Call. So although I do think Teemo is going to be quite good and only has the potential to go further and further up, this guy right here, Teemo Strategist, is part of the reason why I think he will be good. So I did give this card individually a challenger rating. I think the Teemo deck is going to have its other struggles, but the more and more support it gets, and the more and more cards that we still have yet to be revealed in the set, like as you can see, only one of these cards is a Chaos Domain card. As soon as we start getting some more Chaos Domain hidden cards, the stocks for this card, Teemo Strategist specifically, goes up, and the Teemo deck in general goes up. So I think it's going to be pretty strong, pretty good, and pretty easy to play. So if you're a Teemo fan, you should be quite happy. And if you hate Teemo, you better find a way to beat those decks. But that's going to be it for today. They might give us more card reveals on the Riftbound official, because that stuff isn't on the reveal schedule. If they do, that'll be just my luck. And I will, of course, lump them into the video either tomorrow or on Friday. But that's going to be it for today. So if you like what you see, give a like to the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below if you think Teemo is going to be good, or if I'm overreacting and hyping him up a little too much. But thanks so much for watching this one, and we will see you in the next one.